What's going on, YouTube? Maple back here for you guys with this whiskeys of the month. And well, this video's a lot later. It's like the last 4-5 days of the month. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 6 more days of this month, August. Yeah, it didn't go as planned as I wanted it to, but hey, that's fine. Also, the whiskey that I have is already open, cracked, and about half done. Yes, at the beginning of the month was supposed to be doing Bulleit Bourbon. As you can see, most of it is already gone. At least just around half of it is already gone because, well, I was thirsty. So let's just get to what I think about this already. Yeah, like I said in the intro, this is already half done. Do I know anything about this whiskey? Not really, because when I indulged in the first half of this bottle, I was already fairly along on the night. Was with me and my friend Richie. After a night at the bar or a couple of nights at the bar, we'd come back to my place before we took him home or whatever, and we'd have a few whiskey and gingers or whiskey and cokes and stuff and things. And well, I didn't have anything else to drink, and I'm just like, hey, I got this Bulleit bourbon here. You want to have some? And he was like, sure, why not? And so I sacrificed this for more pleasure drinking than video drinking. But without further ado, let's get into what this is all about so I can actually understand what I put down my gullet. So yes, it's Bulleit Bourbon Frontier whiskey from, well, Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it is bourbon. Usually, pretty sure all bourbons are from Kentucky, so that's pretty straightforward. Bourbon whiskey, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 45% alcohols by volume, so it is quite boozy. Again, very similar to the Maker's Mark bourbon, and yeah, about 45%. So, pretty excited about this one, not gonna lie. Let's see what the bottle has to say. Is there any real descriptions on here? There was on the cap, it seems, but I lost most of the description. The last bit that it says, tasted it, and I expect you and I do too. Best personal regards. That's all I have on here from Tom Bulleit. And well, that's okay. On the back, made using our family's high rye mash bill and pure Kentucky limestone filtered water. That's all it says, and then it goes into it in French. Okay, so what do I know about this whiskey? Absolutely nothing. But we're gonna find something out. Looking at it, it's a nice golden ambery color, I want to say. Yeah, golden amber. We can go with golden amber for that. Cool. Wow, did I pour a lot? I think I poured a bit too much. Or maybe it's a small glass. I really don't know, guys. Let's have a smell. Well, that's smart, putting your nose in a full thing of alcohol. Woody. Yeah, woody. A little syrupy? Woody and syrup. Woody syrup. Oaky syrup. Oaky syrup? Woody syrup? That seems to be about right. Trees and sap. Yeah, trees and sap. Oaky, woody syrup. Let's go with that. Not a bad aroma. Not as strong as Maker's Mark, that's for sure, and definitely a bit stronger than the what did I do last time? Jameson Stout Edition whiskey. This one is not bakery aroma at all, which is quite nice. Let's dive in. I gotta say, fairly smooth. Big alcohol burn, 100% for sure. Cinnamon hearts for days, but that was the first sip, and I don't even think I made a face. That is smooth. That's got a nice big heat right down the center of the chest, but it is fairly damn smooth, and it doesn't numb my tongue, or at least that first sip didn't numb my tongue like the Maker's Mark did. This is a lot more, not toned down compared to the Maker's Mark in my opinion, but a lot more organized seems to be the best word for me. Can't really get too many distinctive flavors. Definitely a little sweet, again, syrupy sweet, and then a nice like woody backbone to it. But that was quite smooth. It's got a lot of heat, got a lot of kick, got a nice burn, but it's not uncomfortable and it's not violently aggressive per se. Also, I split my lip, so every sip I take is it hurts a lot more because you got a boo boo on the lip. There is like a candied, syrupy, caramelly sweetness to it right at the front, and then you get like the burn and the cinnamon hearts that I'm equating to whiskeys as I've started this journey, and then like a woody backbone, and that is pretty fucking delicious. Damn. Lingering flavors. Oh, what is that? It's a little almost like medicinally-esque, but not like, more like herbally medicinal, not straight like medical medicinal stuff. So a little bit more enjoyable. Interesting stuff. Let's see what the website has to say. Bulleit.com. Coming here over to their main one, the Bulleit Bourbon Frontier Whiskey. Here it does have a longer description instead of the one that I ripped off of the plastic cap. Very boring cap. Like, come on, really? Just a black plastic cap? That's uneventful. Uneventful for sure, but let's see what they say. Bulleit Bourbon is inspired by the whiskey pioneer by Augustus Bulleit over 150 years ago. Only ingredients of the very highest quality are used. The subtlety and complexity of Bulleit Bourbon come from its unique blend of rye, corn, and barley malt, along with special strains of yeast and pure Kentucky limestone filtered water. Due to its especially high rye content, Bulleit Bourbon has a bold, spicy character with a finish that is distinctively clean and smooth. Spicy for sure, peppery. Yeah, a little bit of like a black pepperiness coming through. Ooh, that's nice. With a finish that is distinctively clean and smooth, and goddamn it is clean and smooth. Medium amber in color with a gentle spiciness and sweet oak aromas. Mid-palate is a smooth tones of maple, oak, and nutmeg. Not a big... I can't really get nutmeg, personally. Maybe if I'm really thinking about it or looking for it, possibly. But then again, I really don't know what nutmeg tastes like. Unless it's with other spices. I just can't pick it out of a group and say, hey, this is nutmeg right here, look here. Can't do that. Finish is long, dry, and satiny. Oh, fancy word. Satiny with a light toffee flavor. Pretty interesting. Won a ton of awards all through like 2012 all the way to like 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Just a bunch of stuff. You can check it all out in the description box below. Tasting notes. Medium amber in color with gentle spiciness and sweet oak aromas. Mid-palate is smooth with tones of maple, oak, and nutmeg. Finish is long, dry, and satiny with a light toffee flavor. 90 proof for 45 alcohol by volume. Bill is 68% corn, 28% rye, and 4% malted barley. I don't know what all that really means. Well, obviously, okay, I kind of know what that means, but I don't know what flavor attributes are really given when you do a bill like that. I know with bourbon, I think it has to be 51% corn, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where the rest comes in, if it's just really up to the distiller or brewer, because you gotta brew it first. And then I don't know. Distiller, yeah, because it's a whole distillation process by the end of it. There's a little bit of brewing, I guess you would call it, in the beginning. Yeah, that's one thing. This is a question I want to pose to you guys. So a lot of breweries, especially in the Ontario region, when they venture out into distilling, they're usually doing gin, which is a very, like, the Gin seems to be the one. Muskoka does gin. Collective Arts is doing gin. I know Great Lakes just got their distilling license. I think they're doing probably either gin or vodka. Why aren't they doing whiskey? Because as far as my information goes on the whole subject of whiskeys and whatnot, whether it's bourbons or what have you, you're starting out in a process which is done I think very similar or the exact same as brewing. So wouldn't it make sense to do whiskeys instead of gin? Or maybe it's just not feasible money-wise or whole process-wise. I don't know. But if anybody has information, let me know, because I'd really like to figure that out. So far, I'm enjoying this whiskey, even though I've already finished over half the bottle. Fun times indeed. It's an interesting whiskey. I like it. I think it's one of the best ones yet out of the 4 that I've done. 4 that I've done, yeah. It's smooth. It's got a good kick, but it's not violently aggressive by any means. It's just damn good. This is really fucking good. I don't know where this stands on a lot of people's opinions. I've seen this bottle many a times before. Never thought anything of it. Never really thought I'd be into bourbons. But apparently, I am so far. The first Canadian whiskey was alright. Jameson was terrible. The Maker's Mark was my first introduction to bourbon. That was pretty good, but this is really just stolen the show right now. Interesting stuff I'm learning here about me, myself, and my newfound relationship with whiskeys. All of them considered. Canadians, Americans, bourbons, Irish, Scotch is probably up next for next month. I just gotta find one that's a little bit budget friendly. College is starting back up and I still don't have much income. This is actually quite enjoyable. Because usually with me, if I have a few drinks, then I just won't taste the whiskey or anything like that. But this is the first drink in about 2 days. I'm enjoying it, no problem at all. No problem at all. Big fan of this so far. I don't got much to go, but hey, I'm a big fan of it. So for the last 6 days, I'm gonna enjoy this tiny little bit, and give you a nice little finisher up review on this in the next little bit. With that said, guys, I got my last little sip. I think I'm just gonna down this one, not savor it, because I just, this video's been going on for a long time. So with that said, choosing the final sip, not getting a ratings, but we're gonna move on to the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and enjoy this last little bit of Bulleit Frontier whiskey, bourbon, stuff and things. Cheers. Definitely better to sip it, not shoot it. Good stuff to know. See you guys in a few days, in about 6-7 days-ish, depending on editing and stuff. But yeah, we'll see you back with the final thoughts. So far, big fan of this. Big fan of this. So I say go check it out. I don't know yet. We're going to find out in the next little bit. Cheers, guys. That's going to do it for me, Maple Roost. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy it. Or in this case, pour yourself a little glass of whiskey. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. Cheers.